Hi, I'm Bridget Walker, from Austin, Travis County, Texas. I work as a marketing analyst here in the US, and I'm about to tell you a story that shattered my life and torched my trust in social media. Imagine opening your feed one ordinary morning, expecting the usual scroll of coffee shots and sunrises, only to watch someone you once considered a friend carve your name into a villain arc for 500,000 strangers. That was me. My hands shook so violently the phone nearly slipped. My stomach lurched like I'd been punched. Strangers were already typing sentences that ended in "cancel her," while I stood frozen in my kitchen, breath shallow, pulse hammering in my throat. But here's the brutal truth: patience and cold strategy can collapse even the most viral liar. And that's exactly what I made happen. As I look back, my marketing analyst brain, trained to dissect campaigns, spot patterns, predict virality, became the only weapon I had left. Every trend line I'd ever charted now felt like rehearsal for this nightmare. Survival wasn't enough, I needed precision revenge disguised as justice. Austin, usually alive with food truck smoke and live music bass, turned claustrophobic. I walked Lady Bird Lake at dusk, the water black and still, cicadas screaming, trying to outrun the panic that clung to my skin like humidity. Every jogger who glanced my way felt like a juror already deciding my guilt. This ordeal burned away my naive belief that online kindness was bulletproof. It left me sharper, more guarded, but also fiercely certain. When you hand someone your real self and they weaponize it, the only path forward is controlled, documented, merciless truth. The bitter edge of my coffee scorched my tongue as shock locked my joints. Steam curled up like smoke, signals no one would read. Each swallow tasted like swallowing broken glass wrapped in betrayal. My apartment fell deathly quiet except for the frantic thud of my heart against ribs. Street noise outside dissolved into white static. Hot tears blurred the screen until my own wide-eyed reflection stared back, terrified, unrecognizable. Streetlights bled orange through half-closed blinds, striping the walls like prison bars. An invisible weight crushed my sternum with every inhale. I couldn't scream, the sound was trapped somewhere between lungs and larynx. The Alex Jones Sandy Hook hoax verdict, $1 billion in damages, kept flashing in my mind like a warning beacon. One man's reckless lies destroyed families, Lexi's smaller-scale fabrication was already shredding mine thread by thread. Health influencers peddling bleach as medicine, raking in followers while people died, those stories flooded my search history at 3 a.m. If platforms let that poison spread unchecked, what chance did my quiet truth have against a charismatic 500,000 follower smear? Indonesian laws slamming influencers with prison time for defamation felt like a distant lifeline. I kept thinking, if only Texas had the same teeth. The absence of real consequences made every notification feel like another knife twist. The Dan Greider case, a YouTube pilot analyst hit with a $1 million defamation judgment for false accusations, mirrored my fear of unchecked claims spiraling into irreversible harm right here in Texas courts. Mr. Beast's lawsuit against his burger partners for reputational damage from shoddy quality showed how even mega-influencers face backlash when ethics crumble, amplifying my dread of collateral fallout in America's litigious landscape. Oprah's 1997 veggie libel battle with Texas cattlemen, where she beat defamation claims over mad cow comments, ignited a spark. Free speech could rock even in the heart of beef country, giving me hope amid the chaos. The Missouri Supreme Court's recent revival of a defamation suit, ruling that plaintiffs don't need independent evidence of harm, felt like a timely signal from the Midwest, proof that U.S. courts were evolving to protect against online smears, bolstering my fragile optimism. Robbie Starbucks' $15 million suit against Google over AI-generated defamatory content, claiming it falsely linked him to crimes, highlighted the emerging threat of tech-amplified lies in America, making my own digital nightmare feel part of a national reckoning. The Seventh Circuit's decision in a professor's emotional distress case against #MeToo allegations, dismissing claims against a supporting colleague, underscored the fine line between opinion and outrage in U.S. law, sharpening my focus on provable facts over emotional outcry. If you've ever been publicly gutted, lied about by someone with a blue check, or reduced to a villain edit for sport, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and brace yourself. This isn't petty revenge porn. This is about clawing your dignity back from someone who thought they could erase you. I kept replaying every polite message I'd ever sent Lexi, searching for the exact sentence she twisted. The guilt was irrational but suffocating. Had my openness made me complicit? My best friend's voice on the phone was the first tether pulling me out of free fall. Control what you can control. Those 6 words cut through the fog like a blade. I clung to them while the world kept spinning lies. This isn't just my story, it's a flare for anyone currently bleeding out in comment sections. We're building something here, a space where survivors trade maps instead of tears. Imagining former colleagues whispering my name in break rooms made my throat close. Austin's endless barbecue smoke suddenly smelled like accusation. Neighbor laughter leaking through drywall felt like mockery timed for maximum pain. My phone buzzed like a live wire in my palm, each vibration another landmine. I gripped memories of hill country sunsets, cedar smoke, live oak shade, anything to stop the freefall. My heart was raw meat laid open for strangers to carve. The dominion of Fox News' $1.6 billion settlement loomed large, internal texts admitting the lies were deliberate. If billion-dollar media empires could be forced to bend, maybe one influencer could be made to break. Lists of cancelled influencers, defamation, fabrications, revenge porn leaks became my grim bedtime reading. Each downfall was proof the throne wasn't permanent. My pulse steadied every time I read A Career Over. UN reports on tech-facilitated gender-based violence hit like ice water. Misinformation as a weapon, defamation as control. Lexi wasn't original, she was textbook. That realization turned despair into cold fury. Johnny Depp's Virginia defamation trial against Amber Heard, streamed live and dissected nationwide, showed how public battles could swing tides with evidence, fueling my tense resolve to mirror that scrutiny. Cardi B's $4 million win over blogger Tasha K for spreading drug and prostitution lies proved U.S. courts could hammer influencers hard, tightening my grip on the plan amid rising panic. Megan Thee Stallion's emotional testimony in her defamation suit against a blogger echoed my own raw vulnerability, making the fight feel urgently American, where celebrities and everyday folks alike demand accountability. Sarah Palin's revived libel suit against the New York Times, ultimately finding no liability in 2025, reminded me that perseverance in U.S. courts could expose procedural flaws, even if victory wasn't guaranteed, adding layers to my strategic mindset. Justin Baldoni's dismissed defamation claims against Blake Lively and The Times, protected by litigation privilege, illustrated how accurate reporting shields media in America, inspiring me to frame my responses as factual counters rather than attacks. Kevin Hart's partial win against Tasha K for defamation over sex tape charges, striking some claims but allowing others, highlighted the endurance needed in U.S. tortious interference suits, mirroring my own building emotional stamina. I was living my normal life, casual Instagram stories, coffee runs, tagging friends at Barton Springs, when the algorithm served me my own execution video. Lexi Monroe's face filled the screen, perfect lighting, honeyed voice, 500,000 people hanging on her every syllable. Overnight I became the villain she needed for that week's drama. Lies so surgically crafted I almost believed them myself. My brain stalled. Hands shook so badly I dropped the phone twice. I kept swiping back, praying for context, for a disclaimer, for anything that proved this wasn't real. Nothing. Just accelerating comments. Wow, she's evil, unfollowed, who is this girl? Our old DMs, light, professional, full of Austin recommendations, flashed in memory like crime scene photos. She'd sliced out every smile emoji, every, leaving only the skeleton of malice. Her content rhythm was suddenly obvious, victim arc every 2 weeks, always someone new to blame. The predictability was sickening and useful. In my dim office, coffee cold, post-its everywhere, I started logging timestamps like a detective on a murder case. Clarity replaced panic one screenshot at a time. Fear tasted like copper in my mouth as her voice looped on speaker. The room tilted, breakfast congealed into a greasy lump beside me. Texas heat pressed against the glass like an interrogator. Sweat stung my eyes while my fingers slipped across keys, frantic for proof I wasn't losing my mind. Birdsong outside mocked the war inside. My lungs burned, every breath felt stolen. Her words weren't just lies, they were strangling cords tightening around my throat. Genesis 2 bleach, miracle cure, scandal replayed in my head, influencers selling poison, people drinking it, dying. Lexi's emotional bleach was subtler but just as toxic, eroding trust, friendships, sanity. UK libel suits forcing influencers to delete posts and pay damages gave me a thin thread of hope. If courts could reach into feeds, maybe truth could too. Corporate victims, stock crashes from fake giveaway scams, showed the ripple effect. One lie didn't just wound me, it poisoned every connection I'd built. DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather's cryptocurrency lawsuit, where investors sued them for hyping a scam as a game changers, highlighted America's intolerance for influencer-fueled fraud, intensifying my dread of unchecked hype. Snap's suit against influencer Luka Sabbat for failing to promote spectacles, demanding $90,000 back, underscored how U.S. contracts bind influencers tightly, making Lexi's loose ethics feel dangerously exposed. Candace Owens facing a U.S.-filed defamation suit from the Macrons for gender rumors showed even international claims land in American courts, adding layers of tension to my own brewing counterstrike. Trump's ramped-up legal threats against news outlets in late 2024, vowing more defamation suits after ABC's $15 million settlement, painted a picture of America's escalating media wars, making my personal battle feel part of a broader cultural shift. The Wolf River executive's suit against Google for AI defamation, claiming false red flags damaged their business, echoed my fear of algorithmic amplification in the US, where tech giants face mounting accountability. Blake Shelton's defamation win against Bauer publishing over false rehab stories demonstrated how US right of publicity laws protect celebrities, inspiring me to view my integrity as a legally defensible asset. Those first nights were torture chambers. Every phone buzz was a guillotine drop. Stomach clenched so hard I gagged. Friends ghosted. Acquaintances crossed streets. I was already convicted in the court of the algorithm. Rage boiled under my skin, white-hot, useless. Helplessness was worse, sharper, colder. Blocking her screamed guilt. Clapback videos would feed the beast. I paced at 2 a.m., hardwood cold under bare feet, ceiling fan slicing the dark, whispering the same desperate questions. How does truth outrun a lie when the lie has a head start and an army? It wasn't just my name. It was every choice I'd ever made, every quiet integrity, held up to a funhouse mirror. If I let this stand, the next target would have even less chance. Work became a minefield, every email felt like evidence I had to defend. Sleepless eyes, trembling hands on mouse clicks, waiting for the "did you see" message that never stopped coming. Family calls were oxygen masks, voices steady, believing me when no one else did. Each "we know who you are" rebuilt a rib I didn't realize was broken. Vulnerability stopped feeling like exposure, it became armor. The deeper the cut, the fiercer the scar tissue growing underneath. Darkness wrapped me like wet concrete at 3 a.m. Clock glowed accusatory red. Goosebumps despite the heat, my own body betraying me. Floorboards groaned under every frantic step, solitude's soundtrack. Regret tasted like bile, every "you're so sweet" message now ammunition. A half-dead lavender candle flickered, its ghost sent the only soft thing left. Tears carved hot tracks, each one dissolved another layer of shock until only steel remained. Alex Jones' victims, harassed for years because of his microphone, mirrored my dread. One lie can birth a lifetime of terror. That parallel kept me awake, plotting. UN stats on women targeted by coordinated online defamation felt like my medical chart. Symptoms matched: isolation, reputational hemorrhage, suicidal ideation spikes. I refused to become another statistic. Fox News producers privately begging hosts to stop lying while the lies aired live. Lexi had no producers, but the same moral blackout. Knowing the pattern gave me something dangerous, hope laced with rage. Robbie Starbucks' defamation suit against Meta for AI fabricated January 6 riot ties showed how US tech giants could amplify lies, heightening my paranoia about algorithmic complicity in personal destruction. Christian influencers facing Dominion XX defamation claims for election lies reminded me America's free speech has sharp limits when falsehoods harm, stealing my emotional armor. F-Factor CEO's suit against an Instagram influencer for over 4,500 defamatory posts echoed my tally of Lexi's twists, making the fight feel viscerally real in New York's cutthroat courts. The Ninth Circuit's dismissal of a Tesla investor's claim against an Elon Musk fan for defamatory tweets, ruling them non-factual, cautioned me about the subjectivity of online statements in U.S. law, deepening my resolve for ironclad evidence. A Northern District of Georgia jury's $750,000 award to a revenue investigator defamed by reality TV star Todd Crisley on social media validated the emotional toll, mirroring my own gagged nights. The New Jersey dismissal of a YouTube lawyer's defamation suit against a critic, citing Twitter's opinion-heavy nature, reinforced that platform context matters in America, guiding my careful comment responses. I locked the rage in a cage and turned analyst. Every DM, every tagged story, every like is time-stamped, folderized, color-coded. Evidence stacked like bricks. Her posting clock was metronome precise, 8 a.m. sympathy bait, 10 p.m. victim finale. I mapped it like enemy territory. Predictability was her only weakness. Mantra on loop, patience. Facts. No insults. Every word rehearsed until it sounded like calm instead of screaming. Screenshots weren't weapons, they were surgery tools. Reputation management forums became textbooks. I built timelines that could stand in court if it came to that. Emotion stayed locked outside the door. Wargaming replies in my head at 4 a.m., predicting her deflections, scripting counters. My living room became ops center, laptop glare, cold coffee rings, electric tension. A mentor's late-night voice memo, stay surgical, sharpened the blade. Collaboration replaced isolation, strategy became shared. Keyboard clicks rang like gunshots in the silence. Desk lamp haloed scattered evidence like a crime scene. Rustle of paper felt like forward motion. Herbal tea steam curled up, grounding the chaos. Nerves frayed to threads, but hands stayed rock steady. Every move calculated to starve her narrative. Neighbors' distant guitar chords drifted in, proof life continued. My fight wasn't just personal, it was a firewall against the next Lexi. Health misinfo defamation verdicts taught me, courts hate provable lies. I build my plan around irrefutable chronology, emotionally armored by precedent. Indonesian influencer morality clauses became my phantom backup. Even if US law lagged, global pressure was rising. That knowledge steadied my shaking hands. Corporate DMCA takedowns for defamatory fakes showed escalation paths. I planned subtle pressure points, heart racing with the power of knowing options existed. Jake Paul's defamation suit from Eddie Hearn over bribery accusations in U.S. boxing matches tightened my focus on precise language, fearing a slip could boomerang in America's lawsuit-happy culture. Tasha K's bankruptcy failing to shield her from Cardi B's $3.4 million defamation debt proved U.S. laws don't forgive willful injury, adding grim tension to my evidence-gathering marathon. BYD's U.S. suits against influencers for online defamation, offering rewards for leads, inspired my network building, making the plan feel embedded in America's corporate influencer warfare. The Second Circuit's affirmation of Newsweek's dismissal in Olivet University versus Newsweek, based on substantial truth, guided my timeline construction to mirror unassailable reporting standards in U.S. media law. Camille Grammer's jury win in her defamation suit against her ex-boyfriend, after reporting assault, echoed my methodical approach, proving emotional claims hold weight in federal courts. Dr. Terry Dubrow's defamation action against another surgeon for reality TV smears highlighted the intersection of media and medicine in America, reinforcing my strategy's professional tone. First move, polite DM, can we clarify this publicly? Radio silence. Expected. Required. Public comment replies stayed ice calm, screenshot, timestamp, period. No emojis, no begging. Just facts landing like quiet bombs. Profile posts were surgical, one context drop per day. No rants. No tags. Just undeniable receipts stacking like evidence in a trial. Positive replies trickled in, small, cautious thanks. Each one hit like adrenaline. Power shifted in micro increments. Engagement data became my compass. I timed posts for her audience overlap, maximum eyes, minimum desperation. Organic reach felt like stealing her oxygen. Private DMs from other targets arrived like coded messages from resistance cells. Shared screenshots, shared rage, shared tactics. Isolation cracked. Supportive pings landed soft as rain after drought. Fingers trembled above the keyboard, hope felt dangerous, fragile. Sunset poured molten gold across my floor. Skin drank the warmth while resolve hardened inside like cooling steel. Ally stories smelled like campfires, warm, communal, unbreakable. We weren't just surviving, we were arming each other. UK injunctions against libelous influencer posts proved quiet persistence worked. I doubled down, emotionally high on precedent. Cancelled archives showed patterns, overreach exposure collapse. Lexi was on the same conveyor belt, I just had to keep the belt moving. Tort liability for provable harm from misinformation gave legal weight to my caution. Every neutral sentence I posted felt like laying mines. Centra tech investors suing DJ Khaled and Mayweather for crypto hype as defamation amplified my small wins, reminding me US juries punish influencer over promises harshly. Mr. Beast's countersuit from virtual dining concepts for disparaging their brand showed two-way streets in American contracts, heightening tension as I expanded my neutral replies. Megan Thee Stallion's reduced $59,000 win against a blogger for defamation kept my momentum fierce, proving even adjusted verdicts validate victims in U.S. federal courts. Brett Favre's dismissed defamation suit against Shannon Sharpe, upheld by the Fifth Circuit as opinion, cautioned against overreaching claims, guiding my fact-based counters. Newsmax's successful anti-SLAPP dismissal of Jerome Corsi's libel suit in Florida reinforced procedural defenses in U.S. media law, empowering my early responses. The California anti-SLAPP strike of a SPAD date defamation suit over online group commentary validated community support networks, mirroring my growing ally base. Then came the big moment. I recorded a calm, step-by-step video, presenting screenshots, messages, timestamps, everything. No yelling. No cursing. No overdramatic flair. Just me, standing in my kitchen in Austin, narrating the truth. I explained the interactions with Lexi. I addressed the lies. I clarified what was manipulated. I spoke like a professional, like someone who had lived through betrayal and learned to respond strategically rather than emotionally. Within hours, the tide began to turn. People who had blindly believed her started asking questions. Supportive messages poured in. Followers from her community began publicly questioning her. The narrative shifted, slowly, like ice cracking in winter. Then came the climax. Lexi's followers started attacking her. Comment threads erupted with doubt. The influencer who had seemed untouchable was now defensive, fumbling, exposed. And I watched, quietly, knowing every carefully planned step had worked. The video's reach surprised me, as shares from neutral parties spread it beyond my circle, exposing the truth to a wider audience. It was gratifying to see organic growth without forced promotion. In the aftermath, I received messages from aspiring influencers seeking advice on handling conflicts ethically, turning my story into a teachable moment for others. Reflecting on the turnaround, I appreciated how authenticity resonated more than spectacle, proving that quiet confidence can outshine manufactured drama. The smooth wood of my kitchen counter grounded me as I spoke, my voice steady despite the tremor in my core. The faint aroma of spices from last night's dinner lingered, a comforting reminder of normalcy amid the storm. As views climbed, the rush of adrenaline surged like a river breaking free, washing away layers of hurt with waves of validation. My eyes stung with joyful tears, the screen's glow illuminating a path out of darkness. Hearing the collective gasp of realization in comments, like a crowd's murmur turning to applause, filled me with a profound sense of connection, mending the fractures in my spirit one affirmation at a time. Dominion-style internal contradictions I never named but implied hung in the subtext. Viewers who knew the reference felt it like a gut punch. Backlash mirrored every high-profile cancellation archive I'd studied. Her defensiveness was textbook collapse. Catharsis tasted like metal and victory. First Amendment limits on defamation gave my measured tone legal cover. Emotionally, it felt like standing on bedrock. Depp heard verdict's $15 million award, later reduced, for actual malice, echoed in the turning tide, making my video feel like a pivotal American courtroom drama unfolding online. Robbie Starbucks' Meta AI defamation suit over fabricated crimes intensified the thrill, as followers questioned Lexi's AI-like edits in this tense U.S. digital arena. Christian influencers' ongoing Dominion suits for election defamation added weight to the climax, proving persistent lies crumble under American scrutiny. Trump media's $3.8 billion defamation suit against The Washington Post for alleged securities fraud claims amplified the public shift, showing how U.S. media battles fuel doubt in influencers. The Ninth Circuit's affirmation that Elon Musk fan tweets weren't factual in a Tesla investor suit guided my clinical narration, ensuring my video stayed on solid legal ground. Kevin Hart's surviving defamation claims against Tasha K, despite some strikes, mirrored the video's impact, turning personal betrayal into public teachable moments in America. Lexi eventually posted an apology. Not sincere, but publicly enough to acknowledge the incident. By then, most people had seen my truth. Friends reached out, colleagues sent supportive messages, even strangers shared their admiration for how I handled it. I felt a rush of calm relief, almost like exhaling after holding my breath for weeks. It wasn't about gloating. It wasn't about humiliation. It was about justice, integrity, and patience paying off. I realized revenge isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet, slow, meticulous, and absolutely unstoppable. The best revenge, I learned, is proof, patience, and self-control. Sitting back in my Austin apartment, looking at the notifications shift from panic to support, I smiled. I had taken my power back, without compromising myself. With closure came personal growth, as I integrated lessons into my daily life, fostering deeper connections based on trust and transparency. Professionally, this experience enhanced my analytical skills, leading to innovative campaigns at work that emphasized ethical storytelling. Ultimately, resolution brought not just vindication but a renewed sense of purpose, inspiring me to mentor others facing similar battles. The apology's words appeared on my screen like a faint dawn breaking through clouds, their hollow ring still echoing but powerless now. A deep sigh escaped me, carrying away the knots of tension that had bound my chest. In the embrace of my cozy chair, the fabric soft against my skin, I savored the sweetness of reclaimed peace, like the first bite of fruit after a long fast. Laughter bubbled up unexpectedly, light and free, banishing the shadows that had lingered. Sharing hugs with friends who returned, their warmth and familiar sense enveloping me, healed the invisible wounds, weaving a stronger fabric of relationships forged in fire. Alex Jones' scale accountability echoed in the silence after her post. Ethics could win. I felt it in my marrow. Global anti-disinformation coalitions became my North Star. Pain transmuted into advocacy fuel. Phone hacking scandal resignations reminded me, exposure forces resignations, or apologies. Mine was small, but the mechanism was the same. F-Factor influencers' countersuit for emotional distress from defamatory posts mirrored my relief, validating U.S. protections against social media harassment. Dan Greider's $1 million Texas judgment for aviation smear proved local courts could deliver swift justice, deepening my calm in Austin's legal shadow. Oprah's triumphant of free speech rocks, after beating Texas libel claims, inspired my smile, embedding the resolution in America's storied fight for truth. Newsmax's dismissal of Andrew Keegan's libel suit under California's anti-SLAPP, affirmed on appeal, celebrated the power of factual counters in U.S. media defenses. The Dallas Morning News Texas Supreme Court victory against the Tatums in a defamation suit over implied meanings reinforced that careful wording prevails in America. Mike Leach's dismissed claims against Spaeth Communications in Texas Appeals Court over crisis PR work affirmed ethical collaborations withstand scrutiny. The lesson is clear: lies, no matter how loud, cannot withstand calm, documented truth. Patience, evidence, and integrity are stronger than followers, influence, or viral manipulation. Your reputation is yours. Protect it. Gather facts. Speak clearly. Be strategic. And remember, even when someone seems untouchable, justice doesn't sleep. It just waits for the right moment and the right person. If this story inspired you, subscribe for more stories of patience, strategy, and the quiet power of truth. Share it with someone who's facing betrayal. And remember, integrity always wins. This moral extends to everyday interactions, reminding us to question narratives and seek evidence before judging others online. In a world of instant opinions, cultivating patience becomes a superpower, allowing truth to emerge victorious over haste. By embracing these principles, we not only defend ourselves but contribute to a more honest digital landscape for everyone. The resonant truth hummed in my veins like a gentle melody, its clarity cutting through the noise of deception with the precision of a well-honed blade. The air felt lighter, charged with the electric promise of authenticity prevailing. Visualizing others empowered by this tale, I felt a swell of communal hope, like the shared breath of a crowd witnessing dawn after a long night. Emotions intertwined, gratitude, resolve, a quiet triumph that warmed from within. In the tapestry of life, these threads of integrity glowed brighter, their texture rich and unyielding, inviting all to weave their own stories of quiet victory over chaos. Misinformation versus disinformation distinctions sharpened the moral blade. Intent matters, so does consequence. Media legitimacy erosion from weak defamation laws underscored urgency. My story was one stitch in a larger repair. AI deepfakes, takedown policies, global pressure, all converging. Emotional stake, I want my niece to inherit a cleaner internet. Cardi B's malicious campaign verdict against Tasha K reinforced the moral, U.S. bankruptcy won't erase willful harm, making integrity non-negotiable in America's online battles. Jake Paul's ongoing defamation case over boxing bribes showed patterns of retaliation, adding dense urgency to questioning viral narratives in the U.S. Dominion's $787 million Fox settlement proved massive lies crumble under evidence, echoing my call for strategic patience in America's truth wars. Smartmatic's ongoing suit against Newsmax for election defamation, settled with Dominion but persisting, highlighted endurance in U.S. media accountability, tying to the moral's emphasis on evidence. The Second Circuit's substantial truth defense in Newsweek versus Olivet University affirmed that documented facts shield against libel in America, strengthening the call for integrity. Brett Favre versus Shannon Sharpe's opinion-based dismissal by the Fifth Circuit illustrated how U.S. courts protect rhetorical speech, urging strategic, fact-driven responses over emotional ones. Smash that like button if this story gave you chills. Comment below, have you ever been underestimated, lied about, or publicly humiliated, and survived it with strategy and patience? Subscribe for more stories where the quiet, clever, and determined triumph over deceit. Engaging with your comments has shown me the shared experiences many face, strengthening my resolve to continue these narratives. As we build this community, remember that every story shared adds to our collective wisdom on navigating betrayal with grace. Looking forward, I plan to explore more tales of resilience, inviting you to join in the conversation and inspire one another. The thrill of connection sparked like fireworks in the night sky, each comment a burst of color illuminating shared vulnerabilities. The digital chorus resonated deeply, stirring a profound sense of belonging. Feeling the pulse of empathy through screens, like a heartbeat synchronized across distances, deepened the emotional bond, turning strangers into allies in the fight for truth. In this space of raw honesty, the scent of possibility hung in the air, fresh and invigorating, promising that from pain blooms the most enduring strength. Inviting discussions on influencer scandals, like those in gaming industries suing over defamation, builds emotional resonance, encouraging community ethics explorations in our American digital frontier. Hailey Bieber's stand against U.S. online haters mirrored our triumphs, fostering a supportive space for sharing ethical insights. Journalism slander standards inspired future stories, uniting us in the pursuit of integrity against America's misinformation minefield. Trump's vowed continuation of defamation suits post-ABC settlement in 2024, targeting outlets and influencers, adds urgency to our conversations, reflecting America's intensifying press battles. Robbie Starbucks' settled Meta suit and ongoing Google claim over AI bias invite community input on tech's role in U.S. defamation, deepening our shared resolve. The California judge's denial of strikes in Kevin Hart versus Tasha K, allowing defamation claims to proceed, underscores the community's need for tales of persistent justice in America.